Today's episode is sponsored by Our Mental Leader. Whether you're an experienced journaler or just starting out, Our Mental Leader's journals are perfect for anyone who wants to prioritize their health but struggles with consistency or motivation. Their journals provide a comprehensive and easy-to-follow program that includes goal setting, weekly gratitude, mindfulness, and reflection to help you deepen your self-awareness and lead a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Click the link in our description to check them out and use code INSTANTLY20 for 10% off at the checkout. You're listening to Instantly 20, an original podcast where we discuss navigating life in your early 20s.
I'm Ash.
And I'm Keely.
And on today's episode, you're listening to us reacting to your embarrassing stories.
We are so excited about this episode. We have been laughing at everyone's submissions for the last week. I just wanted to say, first of all, I was actually really nervous that nobody was going to reply when we asked for these, but we are so grateful that people actually responded and allowed us to use this for content. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. So not all of these are like embarrassing. I'd say a bit more like awkward, funny, just a combination of everything. So before we react to your embarrassing stories, let's start with our lucky girl syndrome.
So I'll go first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I had a different one written down for this week, but something really cute just happened, so I thought I would scrap that idea and just tell you the cute little story. So for anyone that doesn't know, we don't actually film this podcast in Sydney. We drive down every few weeks to the Southern Highlands to film at a friend's studio. So that's where we're coming live. Not live, but that's where we're coming from today.
In your ears today.
In your ears. But basically, usually we do a cheeky little Macca's takeaway stop on the way down because we leave quite early in the morning. So usually our breakfast is McDonald's. But today we're like, you know what? Let's find a cafe when we get there and like get a little something different, something special to eat. And we're driving along and I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's like Sunday, it's in a regional town, everything seems closed. And I just drove and parked my car randomly on the side of the street on the first park that I could find. And we get out and there's like a cafe right there. And we're like, oh, we may as well just go there. Like, that's nice and easy. And we walk in and I look at the cabinet because I was just expecting to probably find nothing to eat and just have to get a coffee and get food later because that's usually what happens. But I looked in the cabinet and every single item in the cabinet was gluten-free. And I was like, no, this is a lie. Like, what? And I double checked with the girl. She's like, yeah. And Ash like ordered a scone. Or a scone as she likes.
Scone.
Can you actually please let us know if it's scone or scone? Because we've had a bit of an argument about.
Scone is just a bit more fancy.
It's like a bit posh, a bit
I'm a
British.
fast girl. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
I got a scone.
She had a scone.
Scone.
Scone. Anyway, so she got that. And then the girl was like, oh, did you want the gluten-free one? And I was like, to Ash. And I was like, wait, you've got gluten-free scones? And like, that wasn't even the best bit. And I was just telling the girl about how like I'm celiac and I never find food that I can eat. And next minute, the owner of the store walks over with like a printed laminated menu and hands it to me. And she's like, oh, you can keep this. Everything on our menu is gluten-free. And I looked at her and I was like, thank you so much. I felt like crying. I was like,
This is so touching.
People must just think I'm like kind of like crazily excited about this stuff. But I just, for anyone that has like food,
a dietary requirement.
You know, it's like hard and sometimes you really can't eat anyway. Like your options are so limited. So to walk into a random cafe that I didn't even plan to be at, have never heard of it in my life, and then for them just to be like, you can have anything.
And their coffee was really good as well. So I feel like that's going to be our new kind of stopover.
That's going to be our spot. So anyway, that was so lucky and so random that happened this morning.
It's just funny. Yeah. I think that like, because we have this laminated copy, before we roll up, we can just fully look at it and be like, okay, like, what do we feel like for breakfast today?
Yeah, we're just going to keep it in the car and like maybe even call ahead and be like, hey, it's us again. It's the gluten-free girlies.
Gluten-free girls. Well, I'm not, but I'll support you in this journey. So I might get into my lucky girl syndrome. Keely, it's actually about you.
About me?
About you. All right. So Keely is learning how to be a Pilates instructor. She's been working really hard at like her course and doing all the training for it. And she has to host, what is it? It's like a...
Okay, so long story short, I have an assessment. I had to get 2 to 5 friends together and do like a free Pilates class, basically.
Oh, yeah.
For the friends.
I'm one of the friends. One of the 5 friends.
I picked Ash. You were the chosen one.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm going to go next weekend. And I don't know. Pilates is so expensive. And I really love it.
It's also a reformer, by the way. It's not just like a mat Pilates class.
It's like the whole thing. Yeah.
So
I feel a bit lucky. I don't know. I didn't
feel lucky that
really.
you're the
I don't think I
chosen
had
one.
anything else. I was like, this is lucky. So like, let's.
Oh, for sure.
well
I thought it was exciting that I was even going to be able to like do it for my
Yeah.
friends
I
because
think
like
it's
I
like
thought
fun. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
you're okay.
Yeah. I think it's just fun that I can like see you in action and like be there to support you.
Get ready to burn. I've made this nice and hard, nice and juicy on those glutes. We're going to get peaches.
Pray for me, guys. All right. With that said, let's jump into our embarrassing stories.
So we wanted to even the playing field. If we're going to ask you guys to submit your embarrassing stories, we of course have to share ours. I've got a few, but I'm gonna get started with mine today. Is from when I think I was about 14. You know, in that awkward stage, I just got my period for the first time. It was back when I wasn't really tracking it. You know the drill. I was very young. So long story short, I was on a cruise ship. Picture me this. You wake up in a pool of your own blood on white sheets in the middle of the night. You're 14 and your parents are sleeping in the bunk beds underneath. And you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? Anyway, so I get up. I go to the bathroom. I don't even know what I did with my pajamas. I probably threw them out or something. And then, you know, at this point, my parents have started to wake up. So I've just gone and I put the blanket on top of the blood and I went about my day. I went and enjoyed the cruise, got off the ship, and then I came back and it was gone. It was fixed. I felt
So where did the period blood go?
It was just like magic. No, but looking back, I feel so bad for like
the poor like
the cruise
cabin
staff.
crew.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever had to like find that, they were probably just like, what happened? Like who's been stabbed in their sleep? So that was my little embarrassing story. So I felt really bad about that.
Oh, you know what? Actually talking about cruises, we just booked one
We
for
did.
next year.
Oh, we're so excited. We're going to go with our friend from high school. We're like a little trio.
Our bestie.
We've been wanting to go on like a holiday with her for so long, like all together. But we're hoping to get her on the podcast and we're really excited. So stay tuned.
But yeah, I
It's
don't
just
know.
like a
When
little
you
fun
said
little
cruise,
thing.
I just got excited. I was like, ooh.
Oh, I'm literally so excited to like go on I mean, we're not going we are going overseas. We'll need our passports. That counts.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, for sure.
I've been unaware. I feel like they've been planning it.
We've planned it and
I've been
she's just
I've
coming.
been the one that just pops up in the group chat. I'm like, yeah, let me know how much.
It was really
Like,
funny because we've literally discussed everything on FaceTime with Ash, and I was like, does this go in one ear and out the other? Because she texts us going,
yesterday, I was
Yeah, you
like,
tell it.
I was doing Pilates with a friend yesterday, and I was like telling her about the cruise. She goes, oh, like, where are you going? Like, who are you like flying with? Oh, who are you sailing with? And I was like, oh, honestly, I don't even know, if I'm completely honest. And we've had multiple conversations about this, but I just have
like,
been so
does she
busy.
not listen?
I've been so busy,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but now I know.
We gave her the details, so hopefully she remembers where she's going. But yeah, basically,
just
long
get on
story
the boat.
short.
I'm like, where do we end up?
But I was going to say, it's just been so long since I've been overseas. Like, I have not been overseas in 4 years. So I'm very excited to go like on an actual holiday.
So cute. Anyway,
Would you like to unravel your embarrassing story
I
next?
will. Mine actually kind of involves you as well.
Oh,
So when I first moved to Sydney, I lived with Keely in her rental for about a month and a half, kind of. And so I was having a sleep in one morning and Keely did not tell me that she had a house inspection. And what's the not the landlord, the
property manager.
property manager, fully, like, I was in bed. I even remember if I like had a top on, like I didn't even know. Anyway, snuggled up under the doona, like
I'm pretty sure this was like midday
dead
as well.
asleep. Yeah,
It was like late
I was having
morning.
like a late sleep in. I was like trying to enjoy my freaking day, and this person just walks into the bedroom, like opens the door, looks at me, and I turn over and I'm like, oh, I'm like, who is that? This random lady I've never seen before.
What did she say?
She was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, oh, hi, I'm Keely's friend. Guys, I'm actually crying right now. It's so funny.
Oh,
It was funny.
The reason why I didn't tell Ash that she was coming, the irony of this is this has happened before to my actual roommate at the time because I didn't tell him either. I don't know.
We're out here trying to sleep,
I just
dude.
like,
oh my gosh,
I just like read emails and go, oh yeah, you can come. Sure. I don't check with other people. I just book it in.
She just wandered in and I was fully like bed hair, like
You were meant to
I
be
was
at
looking
work
like
that day though. I
Einstein.
think that was, you
I'm
ended
not
up having the day
sure.
off for some
Yeah.
reason and I didn't know.
I think, my shifts got changed or whatever. where
I
was
would have
working at the
told
time.
you, but I didn't know.
And I woke up to I thought I was being invaded. I thought there was like some random lady trying to like steal me, kidnap me. I don't know what was going on.
It was really funny when she told me. She texted me. She was like, there's a woman in the house. And I was like, what do you mean? I was so confused.
I think, okay, no. A funny part of this story though is that you guys actually ended up becoming like close.
Yeah, so at the time I didn't really know her very well, but long story short, I had to move out in the end, and she had this rental that she was getting, but she could only get it if someone moved into the granny flat just because of like the cost of living. So she offered it to me when I like was looking for a place.
I think because she knew that you were trying to move out on your own.
Yeah, because I wanted to live by myself.
A bit happier without having all these roommates.
Yeah, so she knew, offered me that, and then we ended up living together for a year basically.
And then obviously I've been over to Keely's house like multiple times at your old place. This was your old place because you recently moved. And like she knew who I was, and it's just like a funny interaction. We'd talk to her every now and again and I'd be like, that's just hilarious. But yeah, no, that's a funny story. Like it's not, I don't know if it's like embarrassing, but
it would have been embarrassing at the time.
Drooling on the pillow, just like not looking very cute, waking up being like, who the hell is
If someone random
wandering
walked into my house while I was asleep, I would freak out.
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, Keely, can you just like tell me next time, please, when you book inspections?
Oh God, that's so funny. Okay, so we're going to get into the bulk of this. We're very excited. We've been sent pages of submissions, actually. It's really funny because I didn't think we'd get any, but here we are. I don't know who to start with. I want to start with something juicy, but we're going to take a second to have a look.
I think because we just spoke about a cruise, there's another one with a cruise. Yeah, I might read it out to start with. Okay. When I was in my early teens, I went on a cruise. There was one particular night where my family and I went to see one of the shows and I drank an orange juice. And later that night when we had dessert, I had a hot chocolate. I went to bed that night not feeling very well, but when I was sleeping on the top bunk, I woke up at 3 a.m, spewed all over the floor and it dripped down onto my little brother and all over his teddies, books and toys, etc. Safe to say the poor cabin crew who had to clean it didn't love their job that night.
Can I just say, they must have the most awful job. Like I know someone that works at a hotel, right? And she said that like some of the things that they walk into when they go to clean a room the next morning are just like, you should probably just shut the door and leave, like burn the house down, just not it. Like in terms of maybe sometimes it's gross, sometimes people are doing interesting things. But I can imagine that cruise, like the cruise cabin, wait, what do you call them?
Cabin crew.
Aren't they like the housekeeping?
Oh, yeah.
Like cabin crew, like the housekeeping people though, in particular. I think that they would have a very shit job sometimes.
I think the funny thing, imagine going for a job interview, thinking like, oh, like sick, I get to work on a cruise, like, you know, expecting it to be really exciting, and they say, are you okay with cleaning up period blood and vomit? They'd be like, what the heck? But like, imagine the other things you'd probably see.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you want to work on a cruise, Keely?
At least I don't want to be a housekeeper.
That's your
though.
Dream job.
That is my dream job.
No,
but hopefully,
thank God for anyone that is in like the cleaning industry or housekeeping, because
where would we be without them, really?
Yeah, like you don't even appreciate it as much like when you go on holiday or like stay at a hotel and like people are there to like clean up and it feels so nice.
Okay, I like this one because I can relate. And disclaimer, this is not me. So let me read it out. All right. It says, so when I was at Schoolies, obviously I knew that I was gluten-free and that I had celiac disease. I feel you, babe. But I was very drunk and craving some food. So I ordered a kebab and then brought a lovely boy home, and I woke up through the night and I had shut the bed and he woke up to it.
Oh my God.
That is my worst nightmare.
Wait, like shut in the bed while he was in it?
That's what it says. Oh no, that poor girl.
Oh my freaking
God. Like seriously, this was not me. But I feel, yeah, poor thing.
Another celiac. Oh no, because it really messes with your stomach, doesn't it?
It really does. Like, yeah.
Oh.
If you eat gluten, it's all over from there.
Wait, I need to know the next part of this story. Like, what did the guy say? What did the guy do? Like,
please send us through the rest when you hear this episode, because I would love to know.
Wow.
But I actually have something to add on to that, just like with the whole gluten-free thing. I feel like our podcast should just have a whole gluten-free celiac episode at this point. Okay, so like about 2 weeks ago, I went out with my friend for a night and like we were going to see a band. We had a few drinks and then I just was feeling really brave that night. So I decided that it was a fantastic idea to eat McDonald's. I ordered a burger I never do this. And the particular friend that I was with, like, she knows that I've got celiac, but like I don't hang out with her that often, so I don't think she really knows.
Forgot, yeah.
Like, and also she was drunk too, so like I don't blame her, but like I'm not gonna, like, it wasn't her fault. But most of my friends, for example, like Ash, if I went out with her, she'd be like, Keely, like, we're leaving, like, put that phone down, you're not ordering any food. But my friend was just like, oh, just do it, it'll be fine. I woke up the next morning, I had the worst stomach cramps, a headache, like it felt like I had a hangover, but it was not a hangover, it was the gluten. And I went into the bathroom and like was just throwing up so loudly, and I hadn't met her roommates before, and they woke up to me vomiting, and they came out and they were like, are you okay? Like, big night, hey. And I was like, I ate gluten.
I ate gluten.
It was gluten. Like,
did they know that you were celiac?
I think I told them the night before, like one of them, because she had like been cooking and somehow it came up.
Imagine you had no idea what celiac disease was, and then
like, okay,
some girls just showing up in your house. I ate gluten.
Like,
okay,
what?
And
but basically,
okay, Courtney Kardashian, because you know how she says like gluten free, sugar free.
Yeah, literally. Oh, one of those like mums. What do you call them?
An almond mum.
An almond mum. I'm in me an almond mum. But yeah, basically, long story short is I can really feel for that girl, because like, oh, yeah, that just sucks.
But like,
but when you're drunk, you don't think.
I need to know what happened.
Oh yeah, for sure, for the rest of that story.
Did he wake up to the shit in the bed?
Please tell us.
Let me know. I need to know. That's so funny.
All right, Ash, do you want to read out the next one?
All right. Next one.
I feel like we should play like Russian roulette and pick like, just like keep scanning until you pick one.
Alrighty, next story. Okay. There's a boy in my town who on every night out, when he sees people kissing in clubs and pubs, videos them and puts it on his Snapchat captioned kiss cam. And one time I was on it with the full on flash up close in my face, and I was making out with my friend's younger brother. And I've never recovered from it since.
Oh my God.
Imagine I did that with your younger brother.
I was about to say, I've got a younger brother. That's disgusting to think about, because like my brother is like Ash's brother. Like, we are a family. We are siblings. But like, I could not imagine ever seeing a video of one of my friends kissing my brother. I would probably like punch them.
Okay, but if it's like your good friend, like I've known your younger brother since he was
a child.
Like 8, and now he's about to turn 18, and it's...
Have we known each other for that long?
Oh my God, we're going to have a 10-year birthday.
We are, we're going to
anniversary.
Plan 10-year birthday.
Yeah, I honestly just could never. Oh my gosh, I couldn't. Oh my gosh, imagine your friend watching the video though. Imagine she's just not at the club and she didn't go that night, and you wake up to see that on your Snapchat.
You know what though? I feel like these things happen quite often. I've heard about these stories like a lot, especially if you're quite close in age to your sibling and your friends are a similar age. Like, I think that, yeah, it would happen.
I've kissed one of my friends' brothers.
Scandalous.
A long time ago, but
you have to tell me about that one later. That's funny.
Anyway.
Okay, I've got another good one. So this one says, one time I was hanging out with my friends in the backyard and they made me laugh so hard that I really had to run to the toilet, but I didn't make it. Instead, I got to the back porch and I had to pee on my dog's bed.
No. And
I never said anything to my parents.
Wait, imagine your dog watching you and they're just like, you're dirty. Oh my gosh. In the dog's bed. Did you wake her? No, hold on. Did anyone see you pee in the dog's bed though?
Yeah, true.
Like, was it like around the corner? Like, I have so many questions. Like, I can't even like imagine. Like,
but sometimes, you know what though? Like, you know, when you really got to go, and if you like literally walk another step, like you will pee yourself.
I don't think I've ever been in a position where like I need to pee that bad.
Because you don't drink water.
Yes, I do. I literally have water right here. I'll do some ASMR for you right now, guys.
Glug, glug, glug. Ew.
Oh, tasty. Yeah. I don't need to pee in my dog's bed. Nah, but that's actually kind of funny though. Thank you for setting that in. That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah, I was going to say that's very brave.
No judgment.
That was one that came through on the anonymous Instagram poll though, so we'll never know who it was. But if you feel like telling us, we would love to know more about the story.
Confess your sins.
Confess your sins.
All right. I'm ready to bring in the big guns. All right, let's do it.
This is our favourite one.
All right, this is the best one. One time I was on a flight feeling really constipated. I went to sit down in the toilet and was in there for quite a while, struggling to do my business. I ended up taking all of my clothes off because I was feeling quite stressed and restricted. And then I heard knocking at the door and yelled out that it was occupied. But then all of a sudden, 2 air hostesses break the door open from outside and found me just sitting there, butt naked. They saw my hee-hee and said they were concerned because I had been in there for far too long. I didn't use the bathroom for the rest of the flight. Okay, but like, why would you just go, oh, I'm not feeling very well, I'm going to take all of my clothes off? Like,
What were you really doing?
the air hostess was probably like, why is this fella naked in the bar? Oh, wait, no, that looks really bad.
I was about to say they're probably thinking that someone's about to join the Mile High Club.
Oh, they were probably thinking, what is, especially if you're sitting there on your phone.
Oh, no.
You could be doing anything in the bathroom. My gosh.
Oh, that's really funny though. I can't imagine the embarrassment of having to, especially if this is like a long haul, like overseas flight. Can you imagine like there was like 12 hours left of that flight and you had to
just
like
still felt really constipated.
Oh no. But like imagine them like bringing you like your breakfast before the flight ends and they like look at you and they just know.
They all know that you were the person that was naked.
You were the butt naked with the hee
Hee hee.
hee. No, okay, the thing about that got me was the use of the word hee hee. I thought that was so funny.
Oh my gosh. Guys, keep your clothes on in the airplane toilet.
No nudie runs on the airplanes, please, in future.
Okay, but like to justify, you know, when you aren't feeling well in the stomach, I think a flight is the worst place that you could be not feeling well. I don't know. That one was so funny. Like when we saw it come through.
That was the best one.
So funny. We should have, when we knew that we were reacting to your stories, obviously like we had to kind of like check that we had people like putting in. And I wish that we had have like gotten our first reaction to that because we were crying.
We've tried our best to like forget about them throughout the week, but like some of them were too unforgettable.
But here's one actually. I just saw a few words in that I haven't read yet. So Keely, this one's going to be a surprise reaction to me.
Okay, moving on to another favorite on this list. Okay. This one's quite relatable, I think. All right, it says, one time I was at the Argyle and I've had a few drinks and I was just vibing with my friends. We decided to go downstairs and my friend and I were kind of still dancing while walking and I slipped and I fell down the stairs flat on my ass. And while I went down, I also hit my head really hard on the step. But you know, there was absolutely no way I was getting kicked out. I got up with lightning speed so fast that my group of friends didn't even see it happen. But being tipsy, I didn't feel anything the day that it happened. And I just thought, oh, I'm fine. But I woke up and for the whole next week, I had a concussion.
Oh my, I can understand not wanting to get kicked out though.
Yeah,
You're
for
just
sure.
like, nah, I'm back.
Okay, but is
Nothing
it just me? But like when you've had some drinks, like you feel invincible. Like if you fell over and like scraped your knee and you were bleeding everywhere, like you would not feel it.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I know exactly how you feel.
I feel like sometimes I've like fallen over and like hurt my wrist
You know
or
what's
something.
funny is that when you like wake up like the next morning and you've got like a bruise or like a cut or like you've been bleeding, you're like, how the frick did this get here? Like that's funny actually because one of my friends fell over and I wasn't with her when this happened and she posted it on Instagram. She had fully scraped up half of her leg and then she videoed herself like rubbing it with like a makeup wipe like later on that night.
A makeup wipe?
A makeup wipe. After she used it on her face or
Oh,
something.
no.
And I was like, oh gosh.
That would sting.
Yeah, right?
Oh, that sounds
Anyway.
absolutely awful.
That's a nice infection waiting to happen. So, guys, this next one is actually another one from me. So when I was in year 12, I was at a party. And back when we would go to these parties, there was like a bunch of land. So all of the boys would kind of host it out at their houses where they lived kind of almost out of town. So
big property. It's
yeah,
so good
big
for a party.
property. So like the deal was you'd all kind of drive there and like sleep in your cars, like blow up like an air mattress or something. And that's what I did. And in the morning, I was not feeling well. So imagine almost half the grade is at this house and I'm in the bathroom throwing everything I have inside me up. Not well, and like when I vomit, it's so loud. Like it's like
I was gonna say if I could give you a reenactment of what Ash sounds like I think everyone would probably turn off this podcast.
Yeah, like
I hate
it's
it.
not pretty, but anyway, so I was in the bathroom doing that. Mind you, I'm looking like a hot mess, like no makeup, my hair's like sticking out. I'm just like,
Weren't
do
you
not look
wearing
good.
like no bra under your top
Oh yeah,
as well?
yeah. I had no bra on. I was wearing like a white top, and when I went to like wash like my face and stuff, obviously like
The water makes it go see through.
Yeah, like just not looking good. So I wander out, and I decided to take like a shortcut to get out of the bathroom to like around their house kind of. And I walk into the living room where there are probably about 12 boys in my grade playing the Nintendo Switch, staring at me. And I was standing there, I just was like, ugh, like not looking good.
But wasn't it like the quote unquote like popular boys at the time? Like,
oh yeah,
they're like, you know, school captains.
Who everyone thought was like cute and stuff. And I just was wandering out. They're all like, how's she feeling okay? And I'm like, oh, don't tell me you all just heard me vomiting in the bathroom. They did.
Oh no. Okay, but like as a teenager, that is like awful. That is the worst thing that could possibly happen. Especially,
I don't think any of the boys looked at me twice after that. No, it was funny. It was like funny, but not at the time. So Keely, I walk outside and go to the yard to like go back to my car to freaking die
to continue vomiting.
To continue vomiting in peace in our nature. And I start squatting down into a bush doing a vom. And Keely just appears out of nowhere, like a couple meters away, filming me. And I like, you flip her off. And I'm like, get out of my face. Like, and
then the whole rest of the
so
day,
funny.
I thought you were mad at me.
I was like, bro, you do not know what I've just had to endure. Like, I've just gone through hell and back.
I knew about the part with me, but I never knew the rest of that story.
Yeah, no, look, it wasn't a good morning.
Oh, no.
Anyway, shit happens. I don't think I ever saw that video. I think it went to the delete pile very fast.
Oh, you made me delete it. You look... Okay.
No. But imagine you're squatting down, like, just feeling so hungover, not in a good way. And your best friend's just like, oh my God.
Oh, no,
filming
okay,
you.
but
I'd be like, can you
She looked like Gollum. Like, she just like crouched down on the ground, like just looking like a sweaty, like vomity mess. And, like, then looks at me like almost like, I swear she was like about to hiss. Like she was not in a good way.
You know what it was? Like, I can't drink those sugary like little cruises anymore. And I think like you take a 6-pack and you'd be set for the night. No, like I think you take a 4-pack and a couple double blacks and you're done. And it just, all the sugar just comes up in the morning.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that actually sucks.
Also, very sorry guys. I feel like this whole entire stories are just like piss, vomit, and like etc.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I was like, they literally are diabolical, some of these. Like when I read them. But okay, if you think about it, like most funny stories, if it doesn't involve something gross, you'll just tell your friends because it's like, oh haha, guess what happened? That's so awkward. But when you think of your most embarrassing moments, they're things that you just like would you take them to the grave. Like I'm not gonna say some of my other embarrassing stories because they are top secret. Like some of the ones that I told Ash when we were discussing this episode, she just looked at me like, I don't know who you are.
I've looked at you differently ever since.
Okay, we've got a couple more. I like this one. Okay. So this one says, during high school, I went to the beach with a boy. I didn't really want to go to the beach that day because I was on my period, but it was a really hot day, so I caved. We kind of liked each other, so I was already really nervous and everything was going really well until I realized that my tampon string had been hanging out of my swimmers the entire time. I was mortified and I quickly tucked it back into my swimmers when he wasn't looking and I pretended it never happened.
Do you reckon... Oh.
Do you reckon he knew?
Imagine he didn't. Oh, okay, no, but then what do you do if you're the guy and you've noticed and you go to the Whoa, no,
okay,
worse if the string has got blood on it.
Oh, no, that would be really bad.
The period string has got blood on it. Imagine.
Because if it was just like a fresh one that there was just the string and nothing was on it, like he maybe think, oh, it's a thread, like of your swimmers or something. If
it's like a tiny bit. Imagine the whole entire string just
oh god,
just slipped right out.
Oh, that's so awkward. No, because I feel like especially in high school, especially boys that have never had a girlfriend before or don't have like sisters, they are so weird about periods. They're just 16. Like so turned off by it, like it's the worst thing ever.
They just don't understand. They're not mature.
No, but like that's so awkward.
Oh no, ladies, make sure your period string is tucked in.
Tuck it right up in there. No, yeah,
get her up there. All right,
we've got another one.
Another beach related story. one day I was on the beach with friends and I had an urge that I needed to go to the toilet for a number 2. Since there were no toilets, it ended up having to be a bush shit. I finally found somewhere where no one could see me, but I've been holding it in for far too long that I actually ended up shitting myself. And my swimwear bottoms went from red to brown, if you know what I mean.
No.
When I got back to the car to change swimwear bottoms and my friend questioned it, leaving me sharing with the group that I had just shot myself.
Oh, no. Okay, if that was like your friends that you're like really close with, I feel like, you know, you'd just probably have a laugh about it. It's still gross.
Thank God you had a pair of extra swimwear bottoms.
Oh, gosh. Especially if you wanted to keep swimming.
And red to brown, does that...
I feel like that implies a period.
Oh,
like,
that's even worse.
That like... No, but that makes sense because I feel like when you're on your period, like your entire gut, it's just not
your
it.
gut just goes, like
it's just like freaks out. Everything goes wrong at once.
Oh no! Sorry for our male listeners listening to this.
I feel like any guy right now is just gonna be like not gonna look at girls the same.
They turned it off at the start. They skipped this episode. Oh no!
So this one is one of those like childhood trauma ones that like stuck with you for the rest of your life, and you could just, you know, when like you go through life and that thing happens again, and it just like gives you like that cringe, like, oh, okay. So I feel I was really little. I was probably like 5, but it was like one of my earliest memories, and I can never forget it. We were at SeaWorld and I was like looking for my dad, and I was really little and really short. And like back then, I swear all men used to wear the exact same pair of jeans. Like there was like the dad jean. They all wore it. And I'm like walking around looking for my dad at the Penguins, and I've gone up to some random man and hugged his legs. And I was like, Daddy, da, 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 da. And he looked down at me and he was like, like, you're not my child. And I was so mortified as a little 5-year-old, and I'm like crying, like running around trying to find my actual dad. But like,
that's funny.
Now I feel like it's like a childhood trigger, and I like, if I find like, I'm too scared to approach people now if I'm not 100% sure it's them. Oh, I don't know. Have you ever had something like that happen?
No, but my mum has. I'm gonna out my mum. Okay, so we went to Tasmania. It was like the whole family. My dad's got 5 siblings, so he's one of 6. So we went for it was his parents, but my grandparents, it was like their 50th wedding anniversary at the time. And I was quite young. I was probably like 7 or 8. And yeah, it was like this beautiful cabin, like this lodge up in Cradle Mountain. Really, really beautiful. And everyone had like their kids and like their partners. Like it was like a whole big family event. There were like 30 of us just like hanging around in the cabin for ages. Anyway, well, in like the main like reception kind of room, and it was like all candle lit, open bar. There was a big fireplace and like lounges and stuff. And my dad and his brother look so similar. Like we used to even get them like confused when we were younger, me and my siblings.
Oh, I see where this is going. Oh no.
So my mum had a few wines, and she ended up walking up to the bar thinking, and they looked the exact same from behind. I kid you not, the exact same. Like I probably couldn't even spot a difference between them. And so my dad's brother was standing at the bar, and my mum walked up behind him thinking it was my dad, squeezed his ass, like grabbed the cheek, gave it a little squeeze, and whispered something naughty in his ear, just to have him turn around and realize, oh shit, this is not my husband. This is this is my brother-in-law.
Poor mom. I could not imagine doing that. I was waiting for you to say like, oh, maybe she like kissed him on the cheek or like gave him a little cut on behind.
Like,
no, that's
had
like
a few
naughty.
Drinks, being like, like, come back to my cabin. You know, I don't know what happened. I was so young at the time, but yeah,
mum.
I know that they
Poor mum.
every time they sort of catch up, it's always this like running joke, and I think we even ran up to him so many times when we were little, just going like, "Oh, Dad," and he'd be like, "I'm your uncle. Like, I'm not your dad."
Oh, that's so cute.
Poor mom.
That is a poor mum.
I'll get my mum's permission as well to
say that,
to give you guys in on this.
Hopefully, mum's okay with the story being on the podcast.
Thanks, mum. She's taking him up for the team. But that's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. I couldn't imagine that happening. Oh God.
So funny though. So. And like, you'd want to hope that you have like a good relationship with all your in-laws and like siblings and stuff to like be able to just joke about that. Oh my gosh.
You got another one?
My partner's got a brother. Like I couldn't imagine walking up to him and be like,
That would be like
when you
the
put
worst.
it in your own shoes, I can't.
Yeah, literally, that's what I mean. Like, that is awful.
You got to monitor your wines. Oh, it's so funny. All right.
Do you want to do the next one?
So this one's a bit juicy. One time I was getting intimate with a boy. I was on top, and that day I was having really bad allergies. I ended up sneezing and kind of in a way like contracted. So he threw me across the room and I was knocked out onto the floor.
Knocked out?
And he thought he had killed me.
The fact that he like thought that she was dead. But
how do you just like throw someone off? Like you just go flying through the air?
like he must have been real strong. Like, pew.
That D game must be like impressive to be like, woo!
I'm just so shook by that because like how do you get knocked out that quickly though? Like as well, like boom. That sounds like something that would happen in a movie.
But like, did your head hit the wall? And my head hit the wall. Boom. Did your head hit the wall and you just like passed out? I don't know. What did the guy do? Did he come and be like, oh, you're right? Like,
imagine if he like left the room and she'll be right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just killed this girl. It's fine.
I need to know more about this story as well. I feel like there's a lot of context missing from some of these. Like I just need the rest to like the what happened after, because I feel like the what happened after can be even more embarrassing than the event depending on how people react.
So funny.
Okay, I really like this one because I feel like this is so easy to happen. It says, one time I went to the gym and when I got home, I decided to flex in my reflection of the window pretty late at night. I was really feeling myself, just checking myself out until my neighbor and his young son walked past to take the bins out and looked me dead in the eye and then just pretended it never happened.
So you're like fully shirtless.
Like flexing, guns out, like showing out off the pump.
It probably looked like it was for them.
But like, my question is, why not the mirror? Like, what on earth? Like, who's also, okay, I don't know about you, but I hate having like the curtains open late at night. Like the curtains need to be shut because I'm scared about, I don't know, scary people walking past at night. But if I saw someone walk past a window at like 10 p.m, I would be so scared.
That's
but like,
so late to take the bins out.
I know, weird, right? But like, oh God.
Oh, no, imagine every time you have to see that neighbor. It would be like a running joke.
Wow. So that was a lot. There was a lot of juicy stories in there and some cute ones as well. But thank you so much, guys, for like being open to share those stories with us. There were more, but we couldn't possibly fit them all into one episode. So this could be something we revisit down the track if you feel like it, Ash.
Maybe we'll do a part 2.
I feel like we need a part 2.
We can get juicy with it.
I feel like we can get more juicy.
I feel like there are people just withholding.
I feel like next time we put a poll up or a little anonymous question box, everyone should really pour their deepest, darkest secrets onto us.
I know you've got some more, Keely.
Oh God, I'm not sharing those.
We'll see, guys.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. So if you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to rate our podcast. It really helps us out. So we are on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we just
Apple
finally got on iHeartRadio, actually.
I thought we were on it the whole time.
I was looking for a really long time and it said that we were still like pending for about 6 weeks.
I think
and
we need to get approved, like me.
Yeah. So anyway, we're approved. I figured that out a few days ago. So we are on many different Australian.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
And more.
Any streaming platform, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So anywhere you can find us, please leave us like a little review. It really, really helps us out.
And also, if we are posting on Instagram, posting polls, posting little discussion boxes, like please feel free to interact. Like it makes us really good knowing that people are like listening and that they want to interact with us. So yeah, it just keeps us going, gives us more motivation to keep this podcast going into the future. But yeah,
thank you.
This was
for
really
joining
fun.
Us.
Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back.
We love you guys.
We'll be back in a fortnight. We post every Monday morning at 7 a.m. We finally decided on a time.
Every fortnight. And look, with saying that, we would love for it to be weekly, but I think the more we grow, the more we are able to offer that extra week.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, as long as you guys are like engaging and like showing us like what you want to hear, topics or just
really
please
tell us what you want to hear, because at the moment we're just pulling things out pulling out random topics.
We're just having fun. We're just still discovering. It's quite early days.
And also, this episode was the first time that we've ever tried to film the podcast as well. So the goal is to get some stuff on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels. So you're finally about to see our beautiful faces.
Yeah, we've got a cute little setup today.
Yeah,
Very
so
impressed.
shout out to our beautiful helper BJ who helped us get some purple
He
lighting.
has been like the production behind Instantly 20.
Oh, he is honestly the best. And if anyone ever wants a podcast studio or wants to know where we go, like I can vouch for these guys. I can highly recommend where we record. So hit us up if you want to do the same.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you guys for listening so much.
Oh my God, you did it again. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Alrighty.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
checking out. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys
See you next
in
time.
2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.